You know what, guys? I'm going to tell you guys something, and before I go here, I can't hold you guys too much longer. It's late for some folks. If you guys, I want you guys to think about something. If the Lord can do this through me, right, in this place, that means you guys are capable of so much more. So much more. With a broader platform, I'm sure that you begin to see that, right? In this time you live in, there's a real difference to be made. In fact, when the populace is most vulnerable, when they have come to this point where the point they're at now, you guys see the violence out there and how people don't trust leadership, this, that, and the other. It's an awesome opportunity to represent the way of the Lord, because at least now their eyes are not focused on falsehood so much. They still may believe in crazy things, right? What I'm telling you is that the world right now is looking for leaders, aren't they? Wouldn't that be the best time to introduce Christ to them? Not like other people have introduced Christ by trying to force them to believe something, but to represent Christ and his true values in this earth. They will see you. And all you have to do is represent. That goes a long way. Of all things I learned in my life is this: I can talk until I'm blue in the face. That does not mean, right, a person is going to change because of what they hear, right? And although many people listen to us here at COT, the greater audience are those who see you live your day-to-day life. Do you know that you're ministering to people who see you every single day? You're ministering to people that see you in the grocery stores. You minister to people who see you in passing. You do. And your decisions and what you do and how you react is a ministry to them. You're teaching them. If you maintain yourselves with the Lord and your actions follow suit with your intent, right? You're going to demonstrate a lot. Always be careful to remember this. Whatever you do, you're authorizing somebody else to do. And what are you ministering to other people by the way you live your life? Always remember that. Never get caught up in failing. You know how people say they're concerned about failing the Lord. Jimmy crack corn, all of us have failed and fallen short of the glory of God. I'll tell you something. People who look for the position, who is Christ, are the ones you're trying to reach. The word is not meant for those who are not looking for the word. The word is meant for those who are looking for Christ. Right? The Lord knew we were going to fall and fail. Those who are looking for Christ are not going to count your failures. In fact, your failure becomes a comfort to them. That's how you connect with them, to let them know you failed too. Don't judge yourself by how you have fallen or how far you have fallen, because God looks at you based on your intent to get up and follow him again and again and again. Do you hear me? That means never give up. It doesn't matter how you fall, what you've fallen for. How you get up will always define who you are. Not one person in the Bible who had the intent of getting up and following Christ was ever turned away. And Christ normally found everybody in their fallen condition. Do you hear me? And when they followed him, they still yet did they fall some more? They did. But the Lord was concerned about those who would get up and follow him again. He already knows we have sinned. God knows we have sinned. That's why he sent his son. He knows all about your falling more than you do. But don't ever let falling become your excuse to stay there. The fallen angels fell. They could have stopped halfway and went back, but they didn't. They kept falling, didn't they? And when they got here to this earth, they fell even deeper, didn't they? There is no redemption for such. When you fall, get back up. You can only fall so far in this earth. Get back up. And in truth, let me give you some comfort here in truth. You know what the real reason, one of the real reasons why we've fallen and that we've sinned in the first place? You want to know the real reason? It's because we honestly did not truly know the Lord in certain areas. Many of us start out by knowing the Lord existed, yes, but we didn't know everything he wanted. It didn't sink in yet. If we knew who God was, not one of us would sin. Not one of us would go against his power, his glory. Not one of us. If we knew the kingship of Christ, not one of us would disobey him. So then the truth is this. We really don't know, do we? By faith we know. That means you have read it, and you're trying to visualize who Christ is, who our Father is. See, if we really knew out of fear, we would not disobey. If we knew his power, his strength, his majesty, we would not disobey. But the truth is, by faith, we're following him. And sometimes you're not even thinking about the Lord, are you? And sometimes you're not really sure about things, are you? He already knows this. That's how you can be forgiven, because what we have done, we've done in true ignorance, in not knowing. Because had we known, not one of us would sin. If you know you have a locked front door, you will not run head first, full speed, into the front door, will you? No, you won't. You won't do that. But if you went to a person's house and they had a screen door closed, but you didn't even see the screen door, you'd walk right through their screen door. Why? Because you really didn't know it was there. Right? The truth is, if we really knew who God was, we would not enter into sin. We wouldn't. But by faith, we're following him. Step by step, we're learning of him. And as we do, we refine our lives. So don't weigh yourselves by the rate at which you fall, or how deep you fall, or what you've fallen for. The Lord sees you by your intent. He has sent his Son to forgive those falls in your life by ignorance. Ignorance means you never really knew. That's what ignorance means. You never really knew. Don't sit there and stop doing everything because you've fallen. If you have an intent to get back up and follow Christ, then get back up and follow Christ. Satan will always point out your past. Your father will never do that. Do you know that? In the Bible, Satan is the one who recalls people's past. Don't let him torment you by your past. The past does not exist. So if a person knows you by your past, they only know something that was an echo in time. It no longer exists. Have the mindset to understand that. Today, you are who you are. You're not defined by yesterday. Only today. In the realm of flesh, they cannot see anything in the spirit. They're only going to know you by who they knew you to be back during those times. So they know you by your past. In the Bible, we call that the old man. The person you used to be is the person you buried. It's the person you're separating from. That's not who you are. Who you are is that spirit born in Christ. Your intent to get back up and follow him is who you actually are. So never give in to the sorrow of the past. Those are your qualifications. But today it's about your walk. And every day the Lord gives you a day to occupy. It's another chance he's given you to go further in him. Sometimes we can be the worst enemies of our own lives. Right? Have an intent to follow him. And then experience everything he said he would do for you. Let that intent be real. Let it be true, not for bragging rights, not to gloat over somebody else, but bound in righteousness and bound in sincerity. Do what you do for real, not for show. Do it for the sake of your brothers and sisters who are still in sin. Because remember your brothers and sisters out there, that fall you chastised yourself over that you got up from, they're about to fall just like you did. But because you fell, now you know where they are, don't you? If you look into your fallen state, you're going to find those who also need a hand up. You can't help anybody up on their feet unless you have gotten up from a fall yourselves. Whom he called, he also qualified. See how that works? Don't let darkness into your minds. You'll start chastising yourself. You'll start doing everything that the Lord died for. Don't void the cross by condemning yourselves. There is no condemnation to them that believe. And that's because of the cross, because of the blood of the Lamb. Don't deny Christ. To deny Christ is to say that you're not forgiven and you're not worth it. Don't deny Christ before men. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't make his death about nothing. He truly paid the price in full. Remember that. Don't do it to yourselves, but understand that Satan will condemn you. That's what he does. That's what he's supposed to do. That's why he's still in existence. Don't seek to change Satan. Right? He's going to be who he is until the Lord removes him out of the way. Just understand he's a component in life that you're going to have to deal with from time to time. But you've been given power to overcome him. If he condemns you, then be reminded about the cross that redeems you. For everything he does, the Lord did something else to free you from his oppressive communications. Remember that. That way, you'll always have an intent to get up and to follow Christ. He did say, come follow me, the Lord did, didn't he? And if he asked you to do that, then he's empowered you to do that. He's also empowered you to finish this race. So never think that you're not going to finish this race. And this whole race exists for your victory. Because you're making choices with every step that you make. But he said he would finish the work he began in you. So it's not us. It's not by our power we're going to be fully delivered. It's by our choice. But it's by the Lord's power. And all things exist by his power. So he will not fail in that task. You're in good hands. But understand the nature of things. That you won't be beguiled. Because many in this world are beguiled, even now. Never deny the Lord. And the cross, don't deny those things. Satan would love for you to do that. And don't give up on your fellow man. I'm not going to give up. The only way I'm going to stop doing what I do for my fellow man is when the Lord removes me from this race in the first place. There you go. Until then, he's already given me a charge, and you too, to carry the gospel everywhere we go. So be it. Folks, I'm going to see you next time. You're in good hands with Christ. He will not fail. God bless and keep you all always. I'm going to see you guys next time right here at the Council of Time. God bless. And remember, he's got you. God bless.